In a world shrouded in scary power struggles and geopolitical intrigue, one name stands out amongst the shadows.
Of one faction of the Russian armed forces marching on Moscow with tanks, taking over a few big Russian cities.
Теперь слушайте меня, сука, блядь. Это чьи-то, блядь, отцы и чьи-то сыновья.
So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the journey through the labyrinth of WAGNER's Group and the enigmatic private military contractor that has captured the attention of all across the world. There is lot many things that I have to discuss, so that I will divide it into the number of chapters. You can see that according to your interest. So start करते हैं. WAGNER's Group. It is a Russian private military company that provides mercenary services and operates in various conflict zones around the world. There is two founders of this group. First one is Yevgeny Prigozhin and second one is Dmitry Utkin. The primary work of the WAGNER Group involves offering military support, combat training, and security service to the various clients, including states, non-state actors, and the private entities. They involve in conflicts such as Syrian civil war, where they have supported the Syrian government forces, and the conflict in the eastern Ukraine, where they have reportedly supported separatist group. Now come to know about Yevgeny Prigozhin. If you see his story, he is the Putin's chef. Due to his close ties to Putin, he is rich and wealthy Russian businessman and a restaurateur. However, Prigozhin's story took a more controversial turn when he became associated with the WAGNER Group, a private military contractor believed to have connection with the Russian government. Prigozhin allegedly ties to the WAGNER Group have led to accusation of his involvement in covert activities on the behalf of the Russian government. Now let's discuss about the advantages of the private army for the government of the Russia. First advantage is deniability. Deniability for their action. WAGNER Group, which operate as a private entity, allowing the Russian government to maintain possible deniability of its opinion. It means Russian government is not responsible for their action if they move to other countries and destroy anything else. Second advantage is cost effectiveness. By employing the service of the private military company like the WAGNER Group, Russia can potentially achieve its strategical goal at the lower cost compared to the deploying official military forces. Third advantage is flexibility and adaptability. These private groups can quickly mobilize and deploy personnel to various conflict zones. This flexibility allows Russia to respond rapidly to emerging situation or changing dynamic on the ground without the bureaucratic constraints that a traditional military face. Fourth advantage is proxy warfare. They can act as proxy force on the behalf of Russian carrying out missions in support of Russian interests. This strategy allows Russia to extend its influence and advance its objectives without directly ongoing its own military forces and reducing the risk of casualties and international backlash. Its last advantage is combat experience and training soldiers. The WAGNER Group is compound of highly experienced personnel, many of whom have served in official Russian military unit and have a combat experience. From previous conflicts, this expertise can be leveraged by the Russia to train and support local forces in the comfort zone. Come to the another chapter and set a background of 2040 when Russia annexed Crimea.
Itself, the Russian forces are consolidating their grip with the support of a largely friendly local population.
Tension rising around the world as Russian President Vladimir Putin casts his shadow across the boundary of Europe and Russia.
Проведение специальной военной операции.
Full-scale invasion. troops and tanks have entered Ukraine on all fronts. All these cities are under attack, including the capital of Kyiv, which has become Putin's main target.
Russia annexed Crimea, a region of Ukraine, which led to highlighting the tension in Ukraine and Russia. Shortly afterward, pro-Russian separatist movement emerged in the eastern region of Donetsk and Luhansk, seeking independence from the Ukraine. At that time, there have been an allegation and evidence suggesting that the Russia has provided the Wagner Group support to the separatists in Donetsk and Luhansk, including the military equipment and the troops. Now, come to the another chapter, that is the Russia-Ukraine war. Wagner Group fight against Ukraine with Russian army, but in the month of May, there is a chaos started between them. From there, Wagner army get back from the Ukraine and capture the Russia city Rostov. I wanted to tell you that Rostov is very important for Russia, as it was from here that all the logistic ammunitions and arms used to be delivered to the Russian army for the conflict. After capturing Rostov city, they started a 100-kilometer Moscow march that through a MH highway of the Russia which connects Rostov and the Moscow. Here, Prigozhin announced that I will provide a new leadership to the Russia. Wagner Group move ahead and destroy a helicopter of Russia's army at Voronezh, and there is a massive fight took place between Wagner Group and the Russian army. At Wagner Group marched 200 kilometers ahead of city Voronezh, and there all the routes get blocked by the Russian army. Here Belarus enter in a picture and smartly do settlement with the Putin and the Wagner Group. From there, Prigozhin and his army went back to the Belarus by the same way. Putin is absolutely furious over this, and here his mastermind plan get work.
Лгали им, толкали их на смерть под огонь, на то, чтобы стрелять в своих.
Let's discuss about Putin's master plan. Actually, when Ukraine-Russia war break through, Putin appointed Sergei Surovikin to command the army and given him the responsibility for the Ukraine war. And if you see Sergei Surovikin, he is a full supporter of the Wagner Group and provide them abundant amount of logistics, arms and ammunition of the Wagner Group army. But as Wagner Group enter into Ukraine and fought with Ukraine armies and won there, it seemed to them that they are the one who is running Russia and can be toppled it easily. And here Putin threw his jack card to give them a lesson by removing Sergei and appointing a new commander, Valeriy Gerasimov, who is the arch enemy of the Wagner Group, who stopped the supply of logistics, arms and the ammunitions. That's why Wagner Group get back their army and capture Rostov. This conflict gets solved within a day. Would you think it is possible? It is possible to solve such a critical problem within a day. I think it is possible only when it was pre-planned. Yes, it was pre-planned. It was the planning of the Putin. Putin already informed the Lukashenko about this and solved the issue within a day. From here, Putin power and the intelligence is visible. Even after surrounded by so many problems, he was able to find the solution of this critical coping problem within a day. Now, talk about this. Is Putin weakened after this conflict? Well, if you talk and ask me about my perspective, I think he do not get weakened. Instead, he get more stronger, as I have some of the glimpses that I wanted to discuss with you. You have to know the one of the history that takes place in the Turkey when the Turkey army attempt a bloodiest to cop the country, and they failed because of the chaos among the plotters rank. After that, in the 2018 election of Turkey, Recep Tayyip belonged to the party of People's Alliances get 49.50% more vote than the previous year, so that it helps in increasing the vote bank and dominating power among the existing government. Same thing also happened in Russia at 1999 after the Chechnya conflict. This kind of thing also seen in our country when in 2019 February a bomb blast done by the terrorists to our soldiers when they are resting at night. After that, PM Modi took a bold decision of a surgical strike and also safely bring Wing Commander Abhinandan to the country. That increases the confidence in the hearts of the Indian people regarding Modi, and after that its vote sharing also increases. That's why I think he do not weaken and even he become more stronger. Let's discuss the next chapter of this video, that is the upcoming strategies of the Russia. Now Russia increases its speed in the war as he was going to attack on Ukraine from three sides. From one side there was a Wagner group, from second there is a Russian official army, and from the third side there was a new trusted commander of the Putin, that is Ramjan Kadyrov from the Chechnya. From all sides now the Putin going to attack on Ukraine and ready to destroy it. Upcoming strategy of the Russia is to planning the and to destroy the nuclear reactor power plant of the Ukraine. The nuclear power plant present in the Zaporozhye city of Ukraine, that is not one, not two, but six in number, which is capable of not only destroying the Ukraine but also the whole Europe. Russia already executed 14% part of its that plan by breaking the dam, that is Nova Kharkova dam near to it, which provide coolant to the reactor. Now that pond get dry and no engineer was able to recover it because Russian army break that bridge, that dam. The third strategy will be that they breaking all the Ukrainian places and killed around 9 to 10 Ukraine general officers, blast the command centers, and also they started using the precision guided and laser guided guns that were more devastating. So friends, this is all from my side. I hope you like this video. Thank you for joining me on this extraordinary session. Remember, the power to save the future lies in our hands.